My god, this skin's so ugly. Alright, we're back on Black Ops 6 multiplayer, and today we're reviewing another build. It's going to be the TR2. And where the fuck is my character going? It's a TR2 today, and if you haven't seen my previous video in this isn't actually my build. This is a build that I took right off YouTube, because let's be honest, there's far too many class builds out there, even for the TR2, which is a weapon that just came out last week. So in this video, I've picked one of the most popular TR2 class setups, and I'm going to break it down and review it and tell you if it's actually worth your time. So today we're looking into a build by a YouTuber called Hero, who seems to do a lot of weapon builds, so this guy should know his way around a gun. So let's see what he has to say about the TR2.
160 kills? That FAL TR2? Broken. Very fun to use. Let's go.
160 kills? Are you mad? I don't even know what my best is. Yeah, 124. This guy got 160. I'm expecting big things here. So let's get into it. 5 games. Let's see how we do. Alright, first map is Bounty, which is also a Season 2 map for Season 2 gun, so it's very fitting. And I'm not gonna lie, I did something dirty for this game, and that's I used my bot lobby technique. And basically that technique is just searching for headquarters. I did make a whole video on this, so if you're interested, I'll link it down below. But the first test for this gun was basically a bot lobby. And first impressions, this gun's pretty good. It was doing well at frying people up close. Sometimes it kind of headbutted people by accident because this is a pretty small map, and it just deletes them even if you're spraying and not really aiming. But this kind of highlights the bot lobby. Like, what's this guy? This guy's just crouching in for some reason. But it was a nice feeler. I will say that using this gun, you do want to have a few games where you're kind of getting used to it. Every shot does have quite a lot of recoil, which seems to be a common theme with all guns in this game that are powerful. You will recognize the TR2 before from Black Ops 2. Of course, it is the FN FAL, and it is slightly comparable to it, but I would say the FN FAL in Black Ops 2 had next to no like upwards recoil, like vertical recoil, you know what I mean? And even though this is a semi-automatic weapon, Mr. Hero and his build did put rapid fire on it, so it does mean that if you do have that trigger finger, you're going to get a lot of bullets out pretty quickly, and it is quite effective, although this is like a low skill level lobby, let's be honest. But I was able to keep them in their spawn pretty well. I think I went on like a 26 kill streak, and I got overeager and died because, you know, I overchallenged something, so I didn't get the nuke. But you know what, in terms of pud stomping gun, we're going to give this like a solid A+. Mr. Hero, no wonder he dropped 160 kills. I think it was about 90 kills for this game with me, which is not too bad because it was my first game on. Lead on here, I did hear someone say they thought I was hacking, so I did the safe thing to avoid the shadow ban and just left.
Yeah, do you know where I am?
So the next map was Scud, and not only is this map a bit of a buzzkill because everybody knows this map sucks ass, it's kind of where I started to notice a few inconsistencies with this gun. I mean, it still held its own, but I don't know what happened. Like for this example, I just couldn't shoot this guy. I don't know why, but I basically joined the lobby, and I'm pretty sure all of FaZe was in it because everybody was sniping. I don't really see that many people sniping in this game, but for some reason in this lobby, everyone sniped, and Scud's just full of head glitches. So it was a very, very frustrating match to play. If I got up close, I was able to do something, but long range, the snipers were kind of dominating me. Coming up is a clip of just showing how inconsistent the time to kill is. Like the guy in this head glitch here, once, twice. Like, how's he not dying? Sometimes that killed people, sometimes it didn't. That was kind of upper chest area as well, so you would expect him to die. So you can't rely on this gun all the time to give you a 2-shot kill. But this is why it's good that I play 5 games and not just the one, because if I just played that one game at the start against all the bots, then this gun's amazing. But sometimes lobbies like that can make any gun amazing. And to be honest, if you watch Hero's video, the lobby that he drops like 160 kills or whatever, the guys just aren't that great. Like, I would say they're probably worse than the people I had in my first lobby. I'm not going to accuse anyone of 2-boxing or buying bot lobbies or anything like that, but that lobby was very sus. But this is the other downfall of this gun. As you see, this guy runs across, and I try to rapid fire with trigger finger, but the jump and kick is kind of crazy. But is that an attachment thing? I don't know. Let's go for the attachment things next. Just in the start of map 3, which is another massive vibe shift because of Nuketown, a different challenge for this gun entirely. But to be honest, it actually did pretty well. I mean, it is pretty ironic that this gun's a marksman rifle because I actually think you should use it more like a submachine gun. It actually does better if you're running about and just keeping your fire rate low, which is quite contrary because, you know, rapid fire is in the build, but we'll talk about that later. But yeah, if you stay mobile with this gun and fire as little shots as possible, it seems like the more shots you fire, the worse the recoil gets. So keep moving, fire 4 shots or less, and you'll do pretty well. It's in terms of a Nuketown gun. You know what? I'm going to approve it. But no more of that. Let's get into the attachments. And yes, it is an 8 attachment build, which I do not approve of because there's so many guns in this game. You can get away with just 5 attachments. I think he does mention a 5 attachment build in his video, but you know what? It's just not very good, to be honest. So we're going to go for the 8 attachments on this one, which for me is a negative right off the bat because there's so many options you could use. If you would use more perks or more lethals, And some guns in this game you can get away with 5 attachments, so it seems like a little bit of a scam if you need 8. But anyway, we'll not dwell and we'll get into the first attachment. We're going to ignore the red dot sight because you can just put whatever you want there, to be honest. I kind of switched about in this video because I was kind of doing challenges, but you know, it's a red dot sight, they're all the same, they've all got red dots, it's whatever, it's personal opinion. But straight into the first attachment, and I'm going to get roasty right from the start, but why the fuck would you put a suppressor on this gun? That's like the biggest telltale sign that me that this is just like a noob stomping class, and up against like good players it's not going to stand a chance. Because trust me, in this game you don't need suppressor. The maps are so small, it makes absolutely no difference if they see in the minimap or not. And speaking of small maps, the fourth map was in Babylon, so straight from a new town into Babylon, this gun's up close ability was really getting tested. And actually this first clip right here is probably like the best clip that I pull off. I will go quiet in a minute and you can tell me how many times I kill the same guy over and over again, but it's a nice little streak in my spawn.
You can't hide. Losing Bravo. Lost B.
Sentry third available.
10 enemies Charlie. Taking B. That had to help.
War machine ready. Hot field is coming back.
But anyway, suppressor, you just really don't need it. I used it in this and it just felt absolutely pointless. With the amount of kick this gun gives you, the ported compensator would be a real benefit, which helps you reduce that first bullet recoil control. And if you try it out yourself, I would use ported compensator. You're going to have a far better time. Long barrel is a bit of a negligible one. Long barrel and reinforced barrel are very close in my opinion. Although there's sometimes using this gun I was pointing and clicking and it felt like my bullets weren't hitting where they should be. So I think using reinforced barrel instead of long barrel will help your bullets travel quicker and maybe hit and give you more of like a hit scan. Although this one's negligible and one you need to try it for yourself. But in my opinion, I'd go reinforced barrel. Ranger foregrip is just another stupid attachment in this build. You need to be like level 36 to actually unlock this, which is basically max level, which leveling this gun like in these games kind of takes ages unless you got double weapon XP. So you're not going to unlock that for such a long time, and it just gives you vertical recoil control and extra spin speed, which just isn't needed. So just stick to vertical foregrip, far better choice. Extended mag 1, no quarrels with this, probably the best thing you can use here. You've got a decent amount of bullets, but this kind of does up it by like another 5 or 6. And if you're using rapid fire, you're going to be going through your bullets quite quickly. As you load in the skyline here, the final map, My Raid 2.0, not as big and probably not as good, but a solid map in this game that I enjoy playing. And then you've got ergonomic grip, and to be honest, I used to only be a quick draw grip kind of guy, but ergonomic grip gives you that slide to fire and dive to fire speed, which if you're liquid about the map, does you quite well, because it also gives you the ADS speed that you get with quick draw anyway, maybe not as fast. So if you're more stiff, stick to quick draw. If you're more liquid about the map, stick to ergonomic. And then finally, we've got heavy stock, which I actually agree with because this gives you the best flinch resistance in the game. And this gun kind of kicks up enough that if you take any shots and you're shooting, it's going to kick away up to the moon. So this is probably the most necessary attachment on this gun, at least you got that right. And speaking of necessary attachments, rapid fire is not necessary. It kind of sounds like one of those gimmicks that should work on a gun like this. You want to stick rapid fire on so you can shoot as fast as possible, but to be honest, it just gives you worse recoil, and if you go into firing range and shoot this gun without rapid fire, it shoots just as fast. Trust me, it's not needed. Stick to recoil springs, this gun won't move. It'll be far more beneficial than using rapid fire and just missing all your shots just to shoot that little bit quicker. So in summary, even though Mr. Hero managed to drop 160 kills, I have some doubts over the type of lobbies he was using it in. It is quite a good gun, but oh my god, it gets so frustrating to use after a while. The recoil you get from just having rapid fire in it is just so... It's such a headache to just control for like over an extended period of time. Like I enjoyed using this gun the first 2 matches. Yeah, I just let off the map. I enjoyed using this gun the first 2 matches far more than I did the end. But if you want to have a better time, use my attachment setup. It's far better. No offense to Mr. Hero, this isn't meant to be hate. I'll link his video down below so you can go check it out. It is a good video. But if you're going to use the TR2, which is quite a good gun to use, but just don't use it for a long time or else you'll want to jump off the edge of Skyline, it's pretty good. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.